Hello, everyone. So we're doing things a little differently tonight. As you can see, I am out of a game because I have a lot of games to get through tonight. And rather than all being from one compilation, we got a bunch of games that I put into a group on Switch, and I only just realized this is even. Oh, that makes me happy. So, I hope you all have had a good day, and I hope you have a better night with me, because we are going to be going through some classic arcade games, some of which are obscure, some of which have been forgotten, some of which are pretty popular. So, I don't know if we're going to do this randomly or in order, like alphabetically. I feel like doing it alphabetically is the wrong way, so I'm just probably going to pick and choose as I feel. But I want to give a brief run through of all the games we have tonight. So these are all specifically Arcade Archives games, or Arcade Archives Neo Geo games. Excuse me. In the off chance I run out of games tonight, I'm going to swap to some of my other arcade games. But we are going to be strictly doing arcade games tonight. But we have a bunch of games to get through, and hopefully we have enough time to do them, or have enough games for the time. But to start off, I just want to go give a brief list of all the games that we'll be playing. We have Aero Fighters 2, which is a Neo Geo shoot-'em-up that is pretty cool and also pretty weird because one of the playable characters is a literal dolphin. We have Blazing Star, which is one of my favorite shoot-'em-ups. It's kind of similar to R-Type in a way, I think. And it's one of the only arcade games I have here that I've actually beaten. Player been champion? No. My goodness, 210 streams. We have Bosconian, which I have actually streamed before. When I did my Namco Museum playthrough, or showcase a long time ago. I don't even know when that was. But, this is a Namco arcade game that isn't often put in collections. It was in Namco Museum Volume 1 on PS1, and I think the anniversary edition of Namco Museum on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. We have Burger Time, which is a Data East classic. I do have Super Burger Time as well, which is this game's sequel, but it's not an Arcade Archives game. But I will show it off if we have enough time and I run out of games. We have Clue Clue Land, which is an oft-forgotten Nintendo arcade game that also has an NES game. The Unira item in Smash Ultimate is from Clue Clue Land. It's a little spike ball. I'm not too fond of this game, and I don't really get it, but I figured it was worth showing off. Dig Dug 2, which is another game that's often left out of collections, but funnily enough, the NES version is weirdly in the NES app on Switch. It's very different from the original Dig Dug. Rather than inflating enemies underground, you're doing it on islands. We have Donkey Kong, not much to really say here. Bell, no, don't, Bell, no. Like, everyone knows Donkey Kong. Not as many people know Donkey Kong Jr., as it's the sequel to Donkey Kong, and I don't like it nearly as much as Donkey Kong. But I figured it was worth showing. I did have Donkey Kong 3 as well, but I decided not to include it here because it's, shit. We have Double Dragon, the often overlooked arcade version of Double Dragon, which came out before the NES version, but is, funnily enough, less popular than the NES version, as well as its sequel. I finished Double Dragon in arcade, but not Double Dragon 2. We have Dragon Buster, a really weird side-scroller from Namco that is also often left out of collections. I believe it was in one of the Namco Museum games on PS1, but I don't know which one, or if it even was. We have Dragon Spirit, which is a shoot-'em-up that is also not common in Namco collections, but for whatever reason was in the PS3 one. And Dragon Saber, which is the sequel to Dragon Spirit. And that's a shoot 'em up where you're actually playing as a dragon. It's pretty cool. I'm terrible at it. We have RogueSpyke, again, the often overlooked arcade version of it. Which is a game that I only recently grew to like. Frogger, the classic Konami game, one of Konami's first big hits. One of the arcade games that my mom is quite fond of. Galaxian, one of Namco's oldest arcade games that also kicked off the series that eventually got overtaken by Galaga. I don't like Galaxian as much as Galaga, but it's still fun. It's basically a Space Invaders clone if you've never played it. But we also have Plus, which is, again, often left out of collections. This is one of the sequels to Galaga. Galaga is a sequel to Galaxian and actually got a couple sequels. It's Galaga Plus and Galaga 88 and Galaga Arrangement. But the Galaga sequels are usually left out of the collections. The Namco Museum collection on Switch does actually include Galaga 88, though. And I had the non-anniversary edition Namco Museum on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox includes Galaga Arrangement. With Garou Mark of the Wolves, which is actually a Fatal Fury game, and is actually getting a sequel on other consoles soon. I only included 2 fighting games, plus a wrestling game. They're actually coming up in the next line. I'm not very good at these kinds of games, but I wanted to show them off. This is one of my favorite fighting games and one of the best ever made. And certainly one of the best in the Neo Geo. We have Ice Climber, which is one of my least favorite Nintendo games, but I figured it was worth showing off because the characters are in Smash. Kid Niki Radical Ninja, which I believe the NES version of this may have never gotten localized. But it's an interesting, obscure game. For the life of me, I can't remember who made it, but they did make some sequels. The King of Fighters 98, I chose this over King of Fighters 2002. This is one of the other really, really good fighting games ever made. I guess it would be one of the best as well. And is one of the 2 games that is considered to be the best King of Fighters games. The other one would have been 2002. This is the wrestling game. You like Godzilla? You like King Kong? You like Gamera? Well, what if they could wrestle? That's King of the Monsters. Yeah, listen, man. Libble Rabble. I think this is the Namco game. I honestly don't remember why I chose to include it. But, you know, it's obscure, so it's cool. Lightning Fighters, which I don't remember this is related to Lightning Force on Genesis or not. I don't think it is, because I think it's a Thunder Force game. But if it's not related to that, which I don't think it is, then it's a Konami shoot 'em up. Because Konami actually had a fair amount of shoot 'em ups. So I think it's Konami. We have Mappy, which is one of Namco's old mascots that never really took off in the US, but is referenced in a lot of their games. This is left out of some of the other Namco collections simply because it wasn't as popular in the US, so most American audiences wouldn't really know Mappy, but Japanese audiences would, since he was more popular there. However, I don't even think this one was included in any of the collections. This is Hopping Mappy, which is one of the sequels to Mappy. You got another sequel titled Mappy Land, which is not in this. Yes, I know ACAB, yes. Mappy is a cop, but we are going to pretend he is not, so I can enjoy it. I left out most of the puzzle games I have, just because I don't think they would be very interesting to watch. However, I am extremely good at Magical Drop 3. I love Magical Drop 3. It is a puzzle game centered around tarot cards that is not too dissimilar from Puzzle Bobble. And I wanted to include this. This map is a mall cop then? Pretty much. Mario Brothers, another classic arcade game. Not really much I can say about it. Metal Slug X. I probably will not actually play this because if I do, I'm going to beat the whole thing and we'll never move on. But if we have time and I've gone through the rest of the games, I might play through this all the way. Because I adore Metal Slug X. It's my favorite Metal Slug game. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's one of my favorite arcade games. In fact, it probably is my favorite arcade game. Metro Cross, which is another Namco game that was left out of a lot of collections. I actually don't know if this is even in any of their collections. However, a medley for it made it into Smash Ultimate for the Pac-Land stage, and funnily enough, we actually got to hear it. Am I starting soon? Looks like XX win. Whenever I'm able to stream from the PS4. I still need to get the cables and figure out what to do about the hard drive. Mr. Goemon, which is a little different from the regular Ganbare Goemon games. This is yet another Konami arcade game. I wanted to include this because some of the people who worked on Ganbare Goemon released a new game recently called Bakaru, which I did stream. And I figured it would be nice to show off the origin of the series, which again is very different from what you guys might be used to. New Rally X. I chose this over the original Rally X because I think I don't have the original Rally X installed anymore. But this is another game that I showed off during my Namco Museum stream. It's a very interesting arcade game. It's not really a racing game. But I figured it was worth showing because it's pretty cool. Of course, we've seen it before. The New Zealand Story, which I think is an arcade game that's never really been ported much. I believe it's a Taito game, and it's called the New Zealand Story because you play as a Kiwi, even though he doesn't really look like a Kiwi. It's a pretty fun platformer. The Arcade Ninja Gaiden, which is significantly different from the NES game. The NES game is a platformer. This is closer to a beat-em-up. Overtop, which is a pretty obscure racing game for the Neo Geo that I decided to include, because it's an obscure racing game for the Neo Geo. I don't have enough of those. Phozon isn't really a remarkable game, but it's another Namco Museum that was included in Volume 3 that I grew up playing. So it's special to me, but I don't know if it's really all that good. I figured it was worth showing just because I like the game. Pinball, which is a Nintendo arcade game that also came out on NES. It's what set the rules for pinball games on consoles. Prior to shoulder buttons, it would be left on the D-pad for the left bumper and A for the right bumper. And this also defined Nintendo's pinball era for a bit because Pokemon Pinball, at least the original, and Pinball Revenge of the Gator and Kirby's Pinball Land all use the same gameplay style as this, where it's fields on top of each other rather than trying to lay it out like a real table. We have Pole Position 2, which is a classic Namco racing game, and something that I've played all my life. Puzzle Bobble 2, which is another puzzle game. I wanted to include this because Puzzle Bobble is really cool. And if Sorrow's in chat, she'll probably love to see Bob and Bub, because she loves Puzzle Bobble and Bubble Bobble. Raiden, which I wanted to include because this is my favorite shoot 'em up series. And prior to the Switch release of this, because it's also on PS4, the only other home console ports of Raiden have been in weird collections, like Raiden Fighters Jet, which I don't even, or Raiden Fighters, not Raiden Fighters, it was like Raiden Remix, I think, that came out on mobile and PC, which I can't even run on Steam because it doesn't fucking work on Linux. And I think a compilation on PS1 where it was turned into a vertical or horizontal shooter because the vertical wouldn't fit. But if you wanted an accurate arcade port, you would have had to play the Jaguar version because there weren't really any others. And from what I remember, for the longest time, it was almost impossible to emulate the arcade cabinet because it had weird hardware. So this is actually one of the best ways of playing Raiden because it works. Rainbow Islands, which you wouldn't know it from the look or name, this is actually a Bubble Bobble game. Renegade, which is the first Kunio-kun game, which later got turned into the River City series, even though it's technically a Kunio-kun game, and technically, it's a Neketsu game, because the River City and Kunio games all center around the Neketsu High School. The Return of Ishtar, which you guys have probably never heard of, but you might notice the guy on the right looks an awful lot like the guy from Tower of Draga, and that's because this is the sequel to the Tower of Draga, which I had played the Tower of Draga when I was a kid because it was included in Namco Museum Volume 3 on PS1. But I only learned within the past few years that it was a series because it got a sequel. Rygar, which I don't remember the name of the company that made this. I want to say it was Tecmo. But this is a forgotten arcade game. I actually prefer the NES version of this, but this is still fun. Shanghai 3, which I wanted to include because it's kind of unique. It's Mahjong Solitaire, which is a uniquely video game thing. You cannot really do Mahjong Solitaire in real life. And if Dennis shows up, he'll probably be interested in seeing it. We have Sky Skipper, which is a Nintendo arcade game that actually went unreleased in the US. This one never left Japan. And I wanted to show it off because there was a big deal about it coming out on the US eShop since the arcade version never came out in the US. Soldier Girl Amazon, which I believe is another Namco game. I just wanted to include it because it's an obscure one. Spin Master, which is from the same people who made Joe and Mac Caveman Ninjas, and is one of my favorite Neo Geo games. It's a really, really good platformer. Sunset Riders, which is a Konami arcade game about cowboys, which I don't think ever got ported to consoles, and it has a wonderful art style. Super Punch-Out, which is the sequel to Punch-Out, and is the second Punch-Out game before the NES game, which is actually the third Punch-Out game rather than a remake or port. The wireframe version of Little Mac in Smash Ultimate and Smash 4 is based on the arcade versions, where he was a wireframe. Tetris the Grandmaster, which is widely regarded as one of the hardest versions of Tetris, and I hear they're actually going to bring the third one to Switch. The second one is on Switch, but I don't have it. Time Pilot, which is a classic Konami shoot-'em-up about going through time. Toy Pop, which is another obscure Namco game, one that I don't think really left Japan much. It was included in Namco Museum Volume 1 on PS1. We have a series of the Versus games for arcades, which were basically just glorified arcade ports of NES games. So we have Balloon Fight, Castlevania, Super Mario Brothers, and Wrecking Crew. They have differences from the NES versions, especially versus Super Mario Brothers. And this was actually the first way of playing the original Super Mario Brothers on Switch before the NES app came out. We have Waku Waku 7, which this is where the flashing lights warning is really going to come into play, because this one's really bad about it. But I wanted to show it off because it's a fighting game that I don't think has been ported to anything other than Neo Geo. I'm terrible at it, though. I think the sequel to it did come out on Saturn, and I've heard it's awful. We have I don't know if it's Ye R Kung Fu or Yai R Kung Fu, but this is one of the earliest fighting games ever made. And it's a classic, but it's very hard. This is one of Konami's early games. And then we have Zero Team, which is a really good beat 'em up from Konami. So, I don't know where we're going to begin with this, but these are all the games we have. I'm very looking forward to showing you guys all of these. I'm sorry that took so long to go through, but you got to let me nerd out every now and then. You got to let me nerd out. So, I think... Well, I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. We should start with versus Super Mario Brothers. Now, some of these I don't have graphical filters enabled. It would just be like scan lines and whatnot. I'm not going to bother with them. So we're just going to deal with it, whatever I have set up. So there's not much to really say about this that isn't just part of the original Mario Brothers. It has cleaner graphics and a slightly different color palette, but it's Mario 1, essentially. However, some secrets are moved around, and there's a little there's a little extra detail on things. Like, for example, that is not a mushroom, but that is. And that is, I think, the first difference. That's also not a mushroom. Yeah, get your nerd calls out. Get it out of your systems. Yes, thank you. I forgot to say something, so thank you. Oh. Yeah, there's a funny thing about Super Mario Brothers. There's actually a single non-Nintendo console port of Super Mario Brothers, like an official one. It was Japan only on the Sharp X68 computer line. There was a port of Super Mario Brothers to it. It's fairly different, given that the hardware is very much not NES hardware. And it had a limited color palette. But the main legacy of it was the Super Mario Brothers Remix fan game that came out a long time ago. Actually had a color palette for it, and could let you play as that version of Mario. Also, no, Minus World does not work because they removed the 2 blocks. Fun fact though, this is one of the only mainline arcade Mario games. Every other Mario game to come to arcades is tied to a spin-off series, not the mainline series. I suppose Mario Brothers would be a mainline game, but it's technically not mainline to Super Mario Brothers. It's just Mario Brothers. But the gameplay is so different from regular from the Super Mario series that it might as well not be a Super Mario game. And I promise we won't have the Nintendo hog in the spotlight for too long. I just wanted to show off Super Mario Brothers first. Because anyone who is totally nerd about the original Mario, like I am, is probably going to notice a lot of differences. It's also going to be interesting for me because, like, I know Super Mario Bros. 1 really well because it's actually one of my favorite NES games. And, shit. We got a slight delay, but I'm going to ignore it for right now. Just going to deal with it for a bit. I will fix it when I swap games. Because it's a little hard to tell for some of the arcade games, because I'm not as familiar with them. Oh, that is different. That is very different. Holy shit. This is World 1-4, and it does not look familiar to me. True, since I do remember this being a local tumbleweed back in the day. I'm assuming tumbleweed is some, like, chain. Because it's not something I've heard of. A lot of these arcade games that we'll be showing off I have never played in arcades. However, the community center in Whiting, Indiana, that I used to go to when I was a kid, I haven't been there since I was a kid. A very, very long time ago, when I was very young, had a pole position cabinet, though I'm not sure if it was the first one or the second one. So I've actually played on a pole position cabinet in person, because it was at that community center. That's where I learned to swim. Instead of pool. But I also had a Namco Museum collection for GBA that included one of the pole position games. I don't remember which one it was. And I think there was I think Pole Position 2 was in Namco Museum Volume 3. It may have been the first one. Yeah, sadly shut down, I think, since I haven't seen one in a while. Mainly Western style Mexican Texas food. Would that be Tex-Mex, or is that something different? Sounds like it would have been a nice place. Yeah, arcades are few and far between these days. Most arcades nowadays are either also bars, at least a lot of the ones in Chicago are also bars. So they're barcades. Which unfortunately means you need to be 21 or older to enter. Which kind of sucks if you're younger and want to play arcade games, though I feel like the number of people under 21 who would want to play arcade games is very small. Unless they're nerds like Semke. Same, he's not even under 21 anymore. He actually turned 22 recently. Fuck! And then some great waffle fries. Oh, I can't remember the last time I had waffle fries. I've had... what? Oh my god. There is one arcade that I want to go to, in Chicago. That it is a barcade, but it's one of the better ones from what I know. Don't know if I want to say the name of it. I don't know if that would be a bad idea or not. I gotta... fuck. It's not, like, local to me or anything, but, like, I wonder if, for a place like that, if I should be careful about saying the name of the business. But it is a barcade, and it is one of the, better ones. I don't know, I feel like I might want to be more careful about naming local places. Just because if it's a place that I do go to often, someone might try to, like, find me there, I guess. Oh, I barely touched you. My shoe clipped him. Must depends if it's a popular place. It is pretty popular. It is one of the more popular and better barcades in Chicago. I don't know, it's just like... I wonder if I should be more careful about it. Just something that... Wait, there's plenty of markets here. Yeah, so like the reason why I just want to be careful is because thinking about it like a restaurant isn't so bad because I'm not going to be in one for very long. At a barcade, I might be in there for a while. So like, if it's a place I end up frequenting, you know, someone might be able to track me down there if they're weird enough. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. I've also, like, never really been to a bar, though. I don't go to bars. I've been to a pub. Because there's a really, really nice restaurant downtown that's a pub that I've been to. It actually has pub in the name. It's Miller's Pub. But I haven't been there in a very long time. I remember their burgers are pretty damn good. There's a lot of restaurants downtown that... Oh, I don't know why that didn't count as a hit. That I haven't been to in a long time. Because my family doesn't go out to eat as much as we used to. Oh, fucking yawn. And parking downtown is pretty hard. So we've actually been going to less restaurants downtown and more to ones out in the suburbs. Because parking is easier. The suburbs and the Chicagoland area, because if you're not from Chicago, you probably don't know that there is Chicago and there's the Chicagoland area. There's a lot of areas outside of Chicago that are technically part of it. That's the suburbs and places like Evanston or Arlington Heights. And O'Hare, I think. You know, there weren't Koopas in the NES version. Not in this level. Just the fish. Oh, that Koopa just killed me. Look at that. Ow! Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. 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 Hold on. Something in my eye. Alright, I'm good. Oh. Oh, the delay is really bad right now. Whoops. Alright, well, we're moving on. I'll give the high score at least. On final chapter, but I was hoping to beat Infinite Well tonight. On final chapter, but of course it's longer than expected. Sure. I was actually playing Yakuza 3 earlier. I made it to chapter 5. Weird thing about Yakuza 3, there's only 12 chapters. Mario is dead. Oh, Lizard Man, did you see the trailer for Like a Dragon Yakuza, the Amazon series? It actually looks like it could be good. I am cautiously optimistic. It looks like they're going for a slightly original story that is loosely based off of the first Yakuza. They didn't show any of the fight scenes though, which is what worries me. I have not seen any of the entirety of the original Yakuza or Like a Dragon movie. The one that was also based on the first game. But I've seen a fight scene from it, and that has got to be some of the worst fight choreography I've ever seen. Like, it was bad. Alright, let me fix that audio. Decent. I don't have to mute this time, thankfully, because there's no audio coming out right now. I will do the testing that I'm going to do on Thursday. I'm basically going to spend all day doing it. So, hopefully I can figure out if it's just OBS. If it is just OBS, maybe I can get away with fixing it by reinstalling OBS. There we go. But, I don't know. I don't know what my options are. That does mean, though, if I do reinstall OBS, there's a chance my redeems are going to be broken until I can fix them. I can try to fix them the day of, but it might take me a bit to put everything back together. And I don't know when I'm even going to do that, if I do. So it depends how I feel, since either that or Shin-chan. Also add new ones. Yes, I do want to get some new redeems in. I'm going to do a head pat redeem. I just haven't got started work on it because I've been so focused on dealing with the audio desync. I was in a I'm going to be honest, guys. This month was a bit of a low month for me because of the desync. It really was eating at me that I couldn't fix it or figure out why it was happening. So, like, I've been in a really bad spot mentally, but I am better now. I am feeling a lot better. I am a lot more optimistic now that I at least have a temporary solution. So, Yeah. It's like to at least beat Infinite Wealth before Metaphor comes out next week. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the Pirate Majima game in time. I don't even have a console it's available on, and I want it on console because I want a physical copy. But I will be finishing off the Lucid PS4 collection with uh what's it called? Yakuza 6 and maybe Judgment 1. Okay, I waited long enough. Let's see here. Do you guys want to pick something? Lizaman, Bal, Zeno, whoever's watching. Do you guys want to just, out of all the names that I said, if you were listening, do you just want to shout one out? Help me pick. You don't have to. I'm just asking. Does anything you want to see, you want me to highlight, show off, whatever? We're gonna be here for a while, so. I know what I'm gonna play though. So Super Punch Out. All right. Well, you were the first one, so we'll do Super Punch Out. Fozon because it's weird. All right, I'll do Fozon next. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm not very good at Super Punch Out. Arcade Punch Out's pretty hard. Oh, right, it's this bullshit. God, I forgot how to play this. Did the NES one a few days ago. It's a classic. I think it's better than the arcade ones. The SNES one is also really good. It's really fucking hard, really suddenly. Yeah, it does. Honestly, the cool thing about Punch-Out is it's not really a fighting game. It's a puzzle game. Or even a rhythm game, almost. Because it's not about just beating the shit out of your opponent. It's about recognizing patterns. Oh yeah, there might be some slight racism here. Just keep that in mind. I kind of forgot about that when I put this list together. I ducked and you know it. I pressed the wrong button. This controls very differently from the other Punch-Outs, because this is this uses all 4 buttons. All right, I'll give it another fair shot. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't mean to hit replay. Okay, we're good. Also funny, your guy looks like Last Joe. He kind of does. Oh, damn, that was fast. Oh yeah, and in the Punch-Out series, a lot of the moves you can do are just straight up not legal in real boxing. Oh, come on. Well, fun fact, I've never beaten this guy. Oh my god, chill. There's a dude in Super Punch-Out for SNES who just fucking whacks you with a stick. I don't think I got that far. I've not played much of Super Punch-Out. The most Punch-Out I've played is the Wii one, which is, by the way, really good. Pretty good workout, too. That's one from Next Level Games, which is the same studio that made Mario Strikers and Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3. So if you have a Wii and you can find a copy of it, like if you like boxing games, Punch-Out on Wii is probably going to be one of the best ones you'll play. It's my favorite Punch-Out game. There's really only 5. And I really like it. Don't know about that? Oh, that's what I think. Oops. Don't know about that, but I bought it before the eShop closed. Oh, when the eShop closed. Did you buy it on Wii U? Val, did you have a Wii U? Huh. I think I forgot you had a Wii U. Bought it in like 2017 or so. Damn. So this is one of the weirder Namco games. And one that's very much forgotten. Because it's so fucking weird. Flashing lights warning, by the way. Oh yeah, all the Namco games in Arcade Archives are in Japanese still. So this is technically a puzzle game about matching. Jet. This game's so fucking weird, man. I love it. I miss when video games weren't afraid to be weird. When most video games weren't afraid to be weird, rather. Because we still get weird games nowadays, but they're mostly indies. Back when video games were the counterculture, rather than the popular thing, you got to see a lot of really weird and experimental games like this. You don't really see that anymore. Everything's homogenized or standardized and trying to be a million seller for everything instead of just letting small games exist. Now we get the shoot 'em up segment. Back and being dragged out on the street and beaten for being a gamer. I can think of a few gamers that we should probably do that with in Minecraft. Remember, bullying gamers is good. Fuck. Gamer oppression will not stand. Okay, what's the next shape? Yak. There we go. There we go. What's next? Oh, we're done. Challenging stage. Yada, yada, yada. Let's just fucking do this. I have earned a new life. With all the talk about gamer oppression just makes me remember the cringy, I'm not a gamer because I have no life, I'm a gamer because I choose to have many, bullshit from the 2010s. I took part in that, I'm fucking embarrassed by it. All had our phases, I guess. Shit. There we go. So I think these are supposed to be like atoms or molecules or something. I don't know. So they actually wanted me to shed some of these. Oh, that was the right one. Damn it. Actually gets a little fucking tricky. Alright, well, I don't get to continue, so I guess we're just gonna move on. Okay. So, anyone else want to request something, or do you want me to pick? Dealer's choice, do you guys want to pick? What do you guys think? Once again, forgetting to mute my damn phone. Renegade. Alright, give me a moment here. Stupid. I fucking despise the messenger app on phone, on mobile. It has stupid chat heads that just get in the way of my phone's interface, and I fucking hate it. I don't know why it's a thing. It's so bad. So Renegade actually predates Double Dragon and does feature Kunio-kun. So it is part of the Kunio-kun series. But it's a little different. It doesn't have the chibi art style that everybody's familiar with. I have not spent too much time in this. I don't like it as much as Double Dragon or River City. Stop hitting me with that damn weapon. Why don't I get a weapon? Ow.
Get lost, punk. Get lost, punk. Good luck.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the series definitely got refined with River City Ransom.
Get lost, punk.
Guys, I don't think this game is good. It, very hard to play. I'll give it another try, though. No.
Get lost, punk.
Okay.
Get lost, punk.
All right. Fuck me, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna be getting very far in that one. Well, that's what I get, I guess. All right. I'm gonna pick this time. To the Japanese version. Sure. Actually, let's try that. I never played it. Oh, this is different. Holy shit, this is different. Okay, can I punch you, please? Uh, okay. I did do better, but it's true. I don't know what letter that is, or character that is, but, you know, I did it. Alright, yeah, well, okay, so Renegade, it has always been considered the rough beginning of, the River City series, because it's so different from River City Ransom. Alright, but I'm gonna pick the next game. We're gonna do Raven. Excuse me? A new update? It's interesting to see it's much different. Yeah. It was also a lot more serious, I think. But I mean, not having a chibi art style really helps with that. Starting with River City Ransom, also known as Downtown Neketsu Monogatari, which would have been Downtown Neketsu Story. They just adopted a chibi art style, which lasted for the rest of the series' life. So some of the River City Ransom between Japanese and American? Yes, that is true. How many of you here have played Raiden? Alright, just testing buttons. You have? This is my favorite shoot 'em up series. Because of the upgrades you can get. Now, I actually got introduced to the series through a Flash game called Raiden X, which I think has been lost to the sands of time. Shit. Because the cool thing about Raiden is you have a few different... Fuck. A few different weapon types you can pick from. And you can upgrade them by getting the same colors. Some of the sequels refined it. And I'm very happy because we're going to get some of the other Raiden games as part of a collection. We're going to get the Raiden Fighters games. And Raiden Fighters Jet is my favorite shoot 'em up ever. I used to play a lot of shoot 'em ups when I was in high school. I got really into them. I don't play them as much as I used to. Oh, fuck. Got into them a bit during college. Yeah, high school is when I discovered emulation, and that's what got me really into retro gaming. I don't do unofficial emulation as much as I used to. But I still have all my old ROMs and whatnot. Shit. Samson's a bit more dangerous now. As asshats decide what better way to spread malware and such than games. Oh, joy. Yeah, all the trustworthy sites have been shut down or just either through other companies or just their own decisions, so like, there's very few places I trust to get ROMs now, so like, why even bother emulating? I'm glad that I kept most of the old ones that I had, but I don't have stuff to reflect my new tastes. You can get a lot of bombs in this, so you definitely want to use them. Fuck! God, I'm so rusty at this. I used to be so good at shoot 'em ups. I used to play bullet hells. I played a lot of Danmaku Unlimited 3 when I first got Steam. It was one of the first games I bought. Raiden's hard. The hard series. I also have Raiden 4 and 5 on Switch. Oh my god, I got a full power. Okay, now we're talking. Because I also used the pirate a lot too back then. Yeah, do try to limit the piracy discussions here. I really need to make that a formal rule. I keep forgetting. Because I don't want. I don't know. I don't want to like toe the line of what Twitch allows, so I think it's just better to just talk about it, I guess. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Ow! I will say, I didn't do that, but that was because my dad specifically asked me not to. It's not worth paying, it's not worth playing. So, I'm gonna be honest, listen, man. You just gave me the words to describe how I feel, because, like, if something's not worth buying to me, I'm just not gonna play it. I think we're gonna move on to the next game. I'm so rusty at shoot 'em ups. Raiden is my favorite shoot 'em up series. But yeah, like, if a company is shitty, you could argue, oh, just obtain it and don't pay. That way they don't get your money. But like, if they're shitty, do I want to play it? Like, still giving them attention. Because that's the thing. The purchase doesn't... Oh, I forgot I had co-op. The purchase doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because if you still play it, you're still giving them attention. But that's just how I feel. Because, like, if you boycott a company and then you pirate their games, you're not really boycotting them. And I feel like some people just want an excuse to do that. So they can pretend they're doing something good or moral. That's how it seems to me. Okay. So Raiden was a bit of a bust, unfortunately, but I am just so rusty at shoot 'em ups. I haven't played them in a long time. I got really into shoot 'em ups and roguelikes, and then I got burned out on both genres. So I don't play them as much. Alright, I'm going to make another dealer's choice, and I'm going to show off Metro Cross, since this is one that not many people see, or have seen. This is a precursor to the Endless Runner genre, in a way. And this quickly became one of my favorite Namco games. It is simply about being fast. Rush the cans, you can stop the timer very briefly. It's a really good song. Like, it's got a pretty good soundtrack, and it's very funny to me because nobody knows of this game. So now that we have the skateboard, we can go across the green without slowing down. I didn't even notice it, but okay. I think it's only good if, say, a publisher is screwing the dev and they say you can't. True. Well, a lot of people who worked on Hogwarts Legacy outright wanted people to not buy the game or even just pirate it. Because they didn't like working on it, they didn't want people to play it given what the director was doing. Because the director of Hogwarts Legacy has an alt-right YouTube channel. Fuck. Fuck! Damn it. Sorry, I'm really in the zone right now. For some of these arcade games, I'm just gonna get in the zone. It's like, I love these games. I love arcade games. It's a lost art. Ow. Ow. Oh dear. Oh yeah, you have some bonus time that'll save you if the timer hits 0. We're finally on an arcade game that I'm actually doing better at. I say as I immediately screw up. Oh, I fucking landed on that hurdle. Fuck. Fuck. No. Not like this. Not like this. I was caught on the green. Yeah, we're dead. Chat, it's over. That's Metrocross. So this is one of the more, like, really obscure Namco games. Its biggest legacy was getting its music in Smash Ultimate. Given that I don't think it's in many of the Namco collection. So it's a really obscure Namco game. And it's kind of funny how obscure it is because one of the most common genres on mobile right now, or at least at one point, was endless runners. Granted, they're from a different perspective. I mean, there's a whole meme about Subway Surfers, which is fundamentally this kind of game. So I just want to show. I love this game. This is one of my favorite Namco games. And this is the only version I know of it that exists outside of the original arcade version. Huh? Seems to be some something's happening in the NSO app. I wonder what that is. Okay. One moment. One moment, folks. Okay, I was just checking something. Alright. Let's see. Chat, would one of you like to pick the next game? Or dealer's choice? Now, I will say there's like one or two games here that I picked out that I haven't actually played before. I have not played Dragon Saber, and I have not played The Return of Ishtar. I think I have played every other game I picked. I might not have played Liberal Rebel. I don't think I did, actually. Yeah, I think those are the only ones that I've never actually played. You guys think... Any ideas? Going once? Going twice? Going 3 times? Then I will pick Sunset Riders. Any is good? Okay. Then I guess I'll stop asking. I'll just run the show from here. So Sunset Riders. Oh, hello. Forgot about that. So I can do up to 4 players, but I'm only one person, so we're just gonna do up to 2. Before we start this, I just want to point out, each of these arcade games have full manuals. So, like, you can learn how to play the game. Oh, shit, hang on. I wanted to let that play. My bad. Steve! Billy! My name's not Shane, kid. Bob! Cormano! And together they are... the Sunset Riders. I am Steve. That movie's gonna be so fucking shitty. Only him because he has a fucking rifle. Simon Greedwell, dead or alive, 10,000. Okay, you can do a high jump if you do that. So this game is actually like really, really good, by the way. As far as I'm aware, it has not been ported to anything. Could be wrong about that. Seen this before not too long ago, in fact. Why did you jump in the fire? I did not mean to. Oh, fuck. We got the boss. So technically this is a shoot 'em up. It would be called a run and gun, which is also what Metal Slug is, funnily enough. Oh, I guess I'll just drop that on myself.
Please continue.
Yeah, flashing lights warnings for a lot of the games. Just fair warning.
Worry me with my money.
So, Mal, where did you see this recently? Hawkeye Hank Hatfield, Dead or Alive. Should I know what that sound is that's in a lot of Konami games? What sound? I missed it. Oh fuck, I didn't see the bullet. On the internet? Okay. Hard to explain. So all the Arcade Archives games are on Switch and PS4, except for the Nintendo ones, which are only on Switch. There are a few Arcade Archives games that are only on PS4 because they came out before the Switch did. And they were just never ported over. It's mostly Konami and Technos arcade games that didn't get ported over. They did port over Double Dragon 1 and 2, but they didn't port over Bubble Bobble or some of the other Konami games. I think it's like a hockey game that didn't get ported over. But the thing about Arcade Archives is they release a new game every week on Switch and PS4. The company that makes these games is called Hamster, and what they do is they buy up the rights to old arcade games and then re-release them.
Draw, Pilgrim.
I jumped right into that. Oh.
Please continue. You got me.
Alright, we'll do one more level and then we'll move on. Bug. Dark Horse. Dark Horse, Dark Horse, Dark Horse, he's bad. He rides across the nation, a feral breed of sin. He got the application that you just sent in. It needs evaluation, so let the games begin. A heinous crime, a show of force, a murder would be nice, of course. Bad horse, bad horse, bad horse, he's bad. Sorry. That just like activated me, I guess. I'm so sorry, everyone. I couldn't control myself. I had to. You can't just name an enemy Dark Horse and expect me to not do that. I know, I'm the worst singer in the world. Fuck you guys. Never underestimate the power of, but it's funny. In video games. Like with that. It doesn't damage me, it just... It's funny and I can get stuck. Shit. Oh, that was from Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, which was supposed to be a show from Joss Whedon, but it was turned into a short web series during one of the writer's strikes. I think it was during the 2007 writer's strike. And starred Felicia Day, Neil Patrick Harris, and I forget who else. Oh, Nathan Fillion. Shit. Didn't he perform a botched trichotomy on this guy? Zeno, no. Hate all of you. Except Lizardman. Lizardman is a sweetheart. He didn't do anything to wrong me.
You in deep, big trouble.
Oh, the horse hurts.
Continue.
Alright, we're done here. You guys don't like my singing? Oh, that is super delayed. Oh, that is super fucking delayed. Holy shit. Alright, just want to get back there so I can stop moving it. Now on. There we go. Oops. There we go. All right. Let's see. We have an hour and 20 minutes left, so we're actually going slower than I expected, which is kind of funny. Let's do... Let's do Yayar Kung Fu. I don't actually know how to pronounce this game's name. This is one of the earliest fighting games ever made. And it's very, very hard. But it's kind of a classic. It was also one of the standalone arcade games that was released on Xbox Live. It has very, very nitpicky hitboxes. And there's only one round per fight. The NES version of this, which is not available on the American app but is on the Japanese app, is hot trash. It has even worse hitboxes. Also, our character's name is Oolong, as in the, tea. There are no special moves in this, by the way. You have just basic moves. But it's a one-player fighting game. Why is he all caked up? Shit. Yeah, I got far enough and then I'm just gonna move on. I like AR Kung Fu. It is a classic, but I mean there are better arcade games you can play. So let's do a more well-known one that has stood the test of time. Let's do Donkey Kong. Now, for those who remember my DK64 stream, I lost my goddamn mind playing Donkey Kong. I also picked the later version. The one in the middle. There is something wrong with that version of Donkey Kong. There's something different about it. It doesn't feel right. Nothing about it feels right. Because I am pretty decent at Donkey Kong. I'm not the best at it, but I am pretty decent. I was having a real tough time with DK64's version of classic Donkey Kong. Oh. So that is not Peach, that is Pauline. Originally, Pauline looked like Peach, and then they retconned it later on. Donkey Kong 94, which is the Game Boy version of Donkey Kong, has Pauline as well, except she's named Christine, and she looks even more like Peach. But no, she's supposed to be Pauline, she just happens to look like Peach in this. Peach is based on Pauline's original design, but Pauline got redesigned in future appearances. I think after Donkey Kong 94, which is technically Pauline's last appearance, even though it's a different name and different look, we wouldn't see Pauline again until Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 on DS. Which, well, it is a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, which is essentially a excuse me, a sequel to Donkey Kong 94. Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 is a puzzle game, not a platformer. Which, I have it, and I haven't played it in an ungodly long time. I wonder if it's held up. Mario vs. Donkey Kong didn't hold up too well for me. I beat the, base game, but not the weird post-game thing. I don't even know if that is the post-game or if I didn't actually finish it, but... I got stuck on a level and just never went back. I don't hate it. But I feel like it hasn't aged as gracefully as I had hoped it would. If you ever wondered where the hammer from Smash comes from, it's Donkey Kong. The golden hammer is from Wrecking Crew. Shit. Ah, what was that flame doing? How high can you guys get? That's what I want to know. Oh. Ah. You guys remember the movie Pixels that had Donkey Kong in it? I heard that movie was like trash. I liked the concept of it. It was a funny concept. But apparently the movie did not hold up. It was an Adam Sandler movie. So like, I wouldn't have expected it to, because Adam Sandler is... Pac-Man's a bad guy? Oh yeah, that's right, Pac-Man's a bad guy, and that's so funny. I think it referenced Pac-Man. I know it referenced Pac-Man and I think Space Invaders and Donkey Kong. I don't know what else is referenced. I thought it could have been good, but it just, from what I know, it just wasn't. But like, I feel like Adam Sandler is just one of the worst actor, director, writer, whatever it is he fucking does at his own films. Because, like, I knew a lot of guys in high school who thought he was, like, fucking hilarious. And he has never made me laugh. I liked him in Airheads, but the focus of Airheads was Brendan Fraser. Why did I run backwards? Saw the movie, but it was a long time ago. It was watchable at the very least. That's true. I mean, if it's watchable at the very least, it's still better than what, Adam Sandler is normally like. Like, Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights, from what I've heard, because I've never seen it, is an awful film that has, like, really, really good animation that is absolutely wasted on that film. Because everything else about it is trash. It's also, like, racist from what I know, because a white guy plays an Asian character and just does a racist Asian voice. I think it's supposed to be a Chinese character. Is either Chinese or Korean? I don't think it's Japanese. I don't remember. Because again, I'm hearing this all secondhand. I just remember it's a white guy playing an Asian character. Do you like Happy Gilmore a lot? But it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I watched it a lot when I was younger. Yeah, I didn't like Adam Sandler growing up. I have seen Airheads, and it's like the one film of his that I've actually liked. I hear Uncut Gems is really, really good, and is probably his best film, and I don't even think it's supposed to be a comedy. So, like, I might see Uncut Gems at some point, because I've heard it's really good. I like that particular movie. I haven't watched too much of his other stuff. What was the Sandler film where he played an idiot who lived at a school because his dad was like a janitor or something, and he was an adult going to a grade school to get an education because he never got one? What was that film? Because I know a lot of guys in high school thought that film was like fucking hilarious, and they convinced the teacher to play some clips from it, and it was some of the unfunniest shit I had ever seen at the time. It wasn't Little Nicky, because Little Nicky's a different film. I know it's not Little Nicky. Was it Billy Madison? It might have been. I think it was. The only thing I can remember from it was he was an adult going to grade school as a student. I was gonna say, can I please climb up a ladder? By the way, you can still die while you have the hammer out. I've never seen one of the fireball enemies just sit there. Haven't seen that one myself. From what I know, you're not missing out. I know I was told a fair bit about 8 Crazy Nights because of my other girlfriend. Because she watched it with a friend, and they were making fun of it the whole time because of how bad it was. You've seen that one? I'm so sorry. Don't remember hating it. I just know it's become a meme recently, for whatever reason. And that's what, got my girlfriend and I on the subject of it. I do remember it being kind of gross. She did mention there were a lot of fart jokes. I remember her telling me there was a scene that involved the fart joke, and I think it was like an overly long gag about farts. And her friend was like, "Oh, I get the joke, I think I get the joke." When, that scene came up. Because, you know, it's not subtle. I think fart jokes can be funny. But, like, you gotta do them right. I think the funniest fart joke, shit, in the history of film is the one in Blazing Saddles. Everything else pales in comparison. Don't like toilet humor at all. I don't, usually I don't. The bit in Blazing Saddles is the funniest, like, version of it you'll ever find, in my opinion. Well, this ain't going well. Like, it's not for everyone. Alright, guess we're going the long way. Guess I'll die. Damn, I'm never gonna beat that high score. Excuse me. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. I think it's time to rip a band-aid off. I'll show magical drop. Okay, I am probably gonna go quiet for this one because I really gotta be in the zone to do this one properly. This is another Data East game. They actually came out with the Magical Drop 6, and I need to play more of it, because it's actually pretty damn good. But I haven't played much of it.
Ready? Go!
So this is about matching bubbles. But it's competitive. It's almost like a fighting game. In fact, I actually have seen people play Magical Drop on or at fighting game events.
Ready? Go!
You have two ways of winning. You can either fuck over your opponent and let them fail on their own, or meet your quota. If you meet your quota, you instantly win.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
Oh! Okay. I was fighting for my life there.
Ready? Go!
Oh god, it's the Hermit. Okay, I need to sit up right.
Ready? Go.
I was relaxed before, but now I'm not. Shit! So that's Magical Drop. It's been a while since I've played any of these arcade games, so I'm a bit rusty in all of them. I'm just gonna do the one round of Magical Drop. I just wanted to show it. But I didn't want to play it for too long, because that's a game I'm not going to be very vocal in. Because I have to focus. There was a period where I could play that on a TV, and someone could walk in front of me and I wouldn't even notice they were there. This is just going to be all arcade games. Okay. Let's see, we still have about 47 minutes? Let's see here. Let's do Galaxian. I actually have a Galaxian arcade cabinet, like a physical one. But it's half Galaxian, half Galaga. Sadly, it doesn't include the other Galaga games. So this is a 1979 fucking video game. Which would make it... Totally not using a calculator here. Fuck, make it 45 years old. So if you played Space Invaders, it's pretty similar to Space Invaders. It's only like 2 audio channels. It's similar to Space Invaders, but it's not quite identical. Shit. I don't like it as much as Galaga, but I do still play it occasionally. Galaga, it holds a special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite arcade games. I used to be really good at Galaga, but I stopped playing it for a while. Chat, what's your favorite Namco arcade game? Chat, it doesn't have to be a classic one. It can be any Namco arcade game, even something like Tekken 7. Tekken 7 had an arcade version. Tekken 8 didn't, though, so you can't say Tekken 8. Ha! In fact, the arcade version of Tekken 7 actually had a character that's not in the console version because they had Roger Jr., who was removed due to concerns that animal rights groups would complain. Or maybe they did complain, I don't know. Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I have that on Wii U. I want to get the first Tekken Tag Tournament for PS2, and I want to get Tekken 3 for PS1. Because I need more PS1 games that aren't JRPGs. Most of the PS1 games we own are JRPGs, and you can blame Xeno for that. Or at least I can blame them for that, I guess. You guys don't live here. Which isn't a bad thing, because PS1 is a treasure trove of classic JRPGs. But the problem is, that doesn't help me if I just want to chill for a little bit and play a quickie on a fighting game or a platformer or a racing game or something, because we don't really have many good options. Because 90% of our library is JRPGs. And again, there's nothing wrong with the JRPGs. They're all good. Most of them are good. Some of them are good. Most of them are good, actually. I'm just being silly. Try again. Did they had Tekken 3 on PS1? So one of the things I know about Tekken 3 is that it has a few odd characters in it. It has the secret character Tiger Jackson, who is a clone of Eddie. Who's just a dancer who uses capoeira, which is Eddie's moveset. And he was DLC in Tag Tournament 2, I think. And the other secret character was Dr. Boskanovich, who I believe was a clone of Yoshimitsu. He's a palette swap for Eddie. Yeah, well, yeah, okay, that's the better way of putting it, because you select him through Eddie's portrait, not his own. But he has his own ending and everything, it's just him dancing. Really fluid dancing, though. It's actually... Tekken 3 actually has really good FMVs for its time. Way better than the first two games. Like, they're not, like, realistic, but the animation is way more fluid and less, choppy and weird. Oh, Dr. Voskonovich had his own moveset. Okay. Yeah, he was also in, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and I think he was also DLC. Fuck. Because the thing about Tekken Tag Tournament, we're gonna go one more time, is the first game was just a port of all the characters from Tekken 1 and 2 who didn't make it into 3 on the Tekken 3 arcade board, which got ported to consoles on PS2, or just PS2, as Tag Tournament 2. So that's essentially the PS2 version of 3 Enhanced, which was Tag Tournament. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was essentially the same thing, but it came out after Tekken 6. It was also a Wii U launch title. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is how I got into Tekken. Ugh, that's a mouthful. Fuck. I know Tekken 4 was pretty weird, because it had the uneven levels and everything. I have Tekken 5, I have 2 versions of it. I like Tekken 5. This version of Tekken Tag Tournament does look a whole lot better than the arcade version, though. Yes, even though it's technically the same game. It does look better. That's true for Soul Calibur 1 on Dreamcast as well. It looks better than the arcade version. It's actually like night and day how different it looks. Even though it's the same game. But yeah, when are we getting Soul Calibur 7? Shit! Tekken 4 was cool, had a different vibe to the rest of the series. Yeah, from what I know, it's kind of the black sheep of the series. And I never played Tekken 6. I've played Tekkens 2, 3, 5, Dark Resurrection, 5 Dark Resurrection, online. Tag Tournament 2, and 7. I've never played 4, 1, or 6. And I haven't played 8 either, or the original Tag Tournament. Soro really likes the original Tag Tournament. Fuck! We're going one more. One more time. Why am I hung up on this game? I don't even like this game all that much. I guess it just shows how good this gameplay is that I keep coming back. That all of them except 8. Yeah, I want to get Tekken 8 because it's Tekken, and I do like Tekken, and it's also the newest Tekken, so if I want to keep up with stuff, I need to play it. My problem with it is, about a month or so after release, they immediately gave it microtransactions, and I'm really, like, icky about that. But it's fucking Namco, and they can't fucking resist. I love Namco's games and all, but my god, they want to put DLC and everything. It's fucking awful. See, like, this is why I will never accept sponsorships from companies, because, like, I am going to shit on a company if I think they deserve it. I'll shit on Nintendo if I think they deserve it, and they do deserve it sometimes. I am a lot more positive about Nintendo than other people. Let's be very clear about that. I'm not even going to deny that. But, like, I am not quiet about what I don't like about various game companies, even companies that make games I like. So I probably would never accept any sponsorships, because I'm just going to be frank, I'm going to be blunt, I'm going to be honest about what I'm playing and the companies that I'm being sponsored by. And they aren't going to like that. Of course, most of the sponsorships are through fucking Stream Elements, and it's all just mobile trash. Fuck that shit. I am not streaming a motherfucking free-to-play mobile game. Sure they're heartbroken? I'm sure they are. I want to think they are, because that makes me feel better. I sleep soundly at night knowing that Stream Elements' CEO is crying in his sleep that the one Dapper Dragon won't play any of the games that he's suggesting. Fuck Stream Elements, though, man. I want to move away from them, but unfortunately my yawn counter is tied to them, and I really don't want to try to move that, because I'm going to lose the counter. We passed 1,000 yawns recently. But the other reason why I don't want to move away from them is because all my alerts are done through them, and I don't want to redo them. And I don't know what I would do for a replacement chat box. Yeah, all those companies are crying, missing out on your lovely singing voice. Oh my god, you guys. Listen. Fuck you. Because I haven't played Dark Resurrection Online, but they're basically Tekken 5 anyway. Dark Resurrection Online is the console port of Dark Resurrection. And also lets you play as Jinpachi, because you couldn't play as Jinpachi in Dark Resurrection or Tekken 5. So if you have Tekken 5, Dark Resurrection Online is the better version, because it brings over all of the extra features of Dark Resurrection, which is a bunch of extra characters, as well as actually letting you play as Jinpachi. I don't know if he's playable in the regular modes or if it's a different game mode, but he is playable in some form. Dark Resurrection was the PSP port of Tekken 5? Yes. It added in a few extra characters, and I think it added in, like, Tekken Bowling or something. Let's go versus Castlevania. Castlevania 1 is a game I haven't streamed yet. This is yet another one of the NES, glorified NES consoles. It's an arcade cabinet. So this is functionally identical to the NES game. Excuse me, though it does have some differences. Shit. God, that secret's so hard to get. Yeah. Speaking of my awful singing voice, I really want to take singing lessons. So I can actually have a good or decent singing voice. Because I love music. But I'm so bad at singing. And I know I'm bad at singing, but I love music and I want to sing. But I'm bad at it. But I want to sing. It's not fair. I was cursed with being tone deaf. Oh. Gimme, gimme. Ow. How much damage did that deal to me? 4 hits! Oh, I didn't want that. I feel like that's way more than the S version. It's again, slightly different color palette. Yeah, when I think of bad singing, I think of that one time on American Idol where there was this one girl who showed up with her mom and she auditioned and she was incredibly off-key. And they let her know this and she got really angry with them and started... I didn't want that. Started yelling at Simon Cowell and the other two. And then afterwards she was singing with her mom as her mom just was scowling and snapping her fingers to the beat of the song the girl was singing. She was still completely out of tune. I just think about that sometimes. Honestly, some of the more memorable people from shows like American Idol and whatnot are the people who didn't make it in. Also, arcades are designed to be harder and more coins. Yeah, those are called quarter munchers. Arcade games in general are designed to be hard and designed to take your money. She Bangs guy. I don't remember that person. I do remember the vocal coach who was just screaming. She did a really, really weird, I think it was like an original song that was more of training to be your voice. And she chose that as her audition. Is American Idol still going on? I know Simon Cowell looks like fucking shit right now. Whoops. Like, I don't know what Simon Cowell did to himself, but my god, he does not look well. I remember seeing an Onion article that was like, doctors suggest doing the opposite of whatever the fuck Simon Cowell is doing to himself. Or just ended not long ago. I have to look it up. I'm just curious. I stopped watching American Idol after Adam Lambert lost, because he should have won. And in fact, I think he had a longer lasting career than the guy who did actually win. Because my sister was convinced that the only reason why Adam Lambert lost is because they didn't want a gay man winning. Because he was pretty open about his sexuality. Though, ironically, most of his songs were about women anyways. The world wasn't ready for gay pop. Oh, okay, we're good. God, these enemies should not be dealing this much damage. What the fuck? That's so fucked up. Was on Fox. Yeah, well, I mean, duh. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. But Glee was on Fox. And while Glee wasn't, like, good... It had gay characters in it, and it had kind of decent representation. Kind of. Glee's nuts. I didn't need that, but I got some points from it. Oh, my time is running low. The timer is singing the song of its people. I'm actually gonna time out. But be careful now, since the right hates any representation why Mr. Burke got canned. Mr. Burke? Do you mean Mr. Bircham? Or Burkham? The fucking... Do you mean the Daily Wire cartoon? Cause that cartoon was from the Daily Wire, which I don't want to get into that. I don't know anything about the cartoon other than it's another painfully unfunny conservative anti-woke cartoon. But RogueSpyke has a video on it that I've been meaning to watch. The Daily Wire is not a nice publication. I really don't want to get into that conversation right now. Y'all know me, y'all know where I stand. I don't know, the new norm is at least funny because it seemed to have done everything wrong. Even for its own target audience. Yeah, this I heard it got cans. Since while they make fun of gays, people still hate it because it had gays. That's almost poetic. Well, okay, so the funny thing is, the new norm has a non-binary character in it that is very clearly meant to make fun of non-binary people. However, the show and all of its promotional material only ever used non-binary pronouns to refer to that character, meaning, ironically, it is gender affirming. That is actually useless right now, and I'm dead anyways. Yeah, I'm taking a lot more damage than I'm supposed to. They literally doubled the damage that I'm taking. Holy shit. We are so dead. Oh, there's more. Sorry, I was focused on not dying here, guys. So Castlevania 1 is one of my favorites. That's slightly less useful, or slightly more useful than what I was just using. Shit. If that was the NES version, I would have survived. I just want you all to know that. 6 damage. The crows are not supposed to deal 6 damage. Yeah, I'm not going to continue. Just going to move on. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna show off a really good one. I'm gonna show off Spin Master. This is one of the other arcade games here that I've beaten. I love this game. This game is so good. I need to practice it though, because it's been a while since I last played it. Whoops. So I'm gonna check the name of the other version. Yeah, this is actually called Miracle Adventure, but they called it Spin Master to highlight the yo-yo, I guess. This is another Data East game. And it's got the same art style as Joe and Mac. So we have a yo-yo that can actually become other weapons, I guess. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oops. Yeah. I'm gonna slight audio delay. I'm gonna fix that real quick. This will be the last time we have to fix it. For tonight's stream, at least. Yeah, and I forgot to set it to monitoring. I can't actually hear it at the moment. There we go. Okay. Yee. I must save Mary. I got part of the stolen map back. Yeah, forgot they can uppercut. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. Oh, Metal Slug looks way different. So on the same level. Ow. Whoops. Whoops, again. Whoops, again. Shit. Yeah, that'll be it for that. Gabe Ober. Okay. I think we have enough time for maybe one or two more arcade games and then we're gonna end. So... let's do... Ugh. Let's do Double Dragon. So the audio for this is normally delayed, it's weird. This is set in the same world as the Kunio-kun games. No point in going up there. Okay. Oh my god, it's a scoop moto. Hey, do something, please. The whip is almost useless in this. Finally, Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god, what do I even do? Like, I beat this by abusing the fact that I can just give me as many credits as I want. When I originally played through this. I mean, most people are more familiar or more fond of the NES versions than the arcade versions. I don't know why they never brought over the third one. Completely useless ladder. Whoops. Oh sure, just double team me, that's fine. What's up here? Oh sure, just fall all the way to the ground instead of the crates that are just there, and I guess I'll just get hit without attacking. That's fine too. I can't get rid of the whip, by the way. Whoops. Oh, slow down. Alright. I'm just gonna do the... Well, I did actually use the credits. I've been mostly doing like 2 credits for this. I will show off one more game. And it will be... So we're going to the cop game. A new update. The whole point of this game is to collect items that were stolen by the cats without getting hit. You can't be hurt when you're jumping. Whoops. You think Mappy ever turned off his body cam? What the fuck am I supposed to do? So this game is pretty similar in a way to Flicky, which is another arcade game about a prey species escaping from cats. Though it's not always cats. That was a Sega game and is kind of tied to the Sonic series. Because, oh shit. The Flickies in the Sonic series are based on Flicky from, well, Flicky. Anti-cat propaganda. Yeah. Pac-Man's up B in Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate is actually the bounce pads from this game. Oops. Oh. Oh, still gone. I don't know why I just did that. Huh? Guess that's it for stream then. Alright. Thank you all for tuning in. I have been wanting to do an Arcade Archive showcase for a long time. I'll probably do another one to cover some of the games we didn't cover today. I don't know when though, it's probably going to be a bit. I do want to do more showcases. It's been a hot minute because I've been so focused on getting through games that I haven't really spent enough time doing a showcase. So I do want to showcase more Arcade Archives games and maybe some other arcade games that I have. I want to showcase Thrillville at some point. And once all the DLC is out for Atari 50, I'll probably do a showcase of that. But in the meantime, we're going to find us a lovely bean to raid. I already know who my raid target is going to be. He has a brand new schedule, like for when he streams. So we're going to raid Kohai. Because Kohai is now streaming Sunday, Monday, Tuesday instead of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, there we go. Give me one moment here. Okay. So, tomorrow is spooky month, October, Spooktober, whatever you want to call it. We will be starting with Luigi's Mansion 1. We're going to be doing a series playthrough of the Luigi's Mansion games, followed by at least a developer's cut. I am very excited for this. It'll be an absolute delight going through Luigi's Mansion 3 again. I'm not too thrilled about 2, but I do want to play it again. It has been a very long time. And I'm very excited about playing the Lisa. We'll also be doing Delca on Sunday. And I will be joined by my friend Lilybat, which I'm also very excited about. It's one of her all-time favorite games, and since she's been on a few other people's streams that have been playing it, I offered to let her be on mine so she can nerd out about the game and maybe backseat me. I don't know. However, at least for this week, Tuesday will be Luigi's Mansion 1. We're only going to need one stream of it. I can easily finish it in 3 hours. Wednesday will be the start of Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I do not stream Thursday or Friday. Saturday will be Gunfire Reborn. And Sunday will be Delca. So, if you want to hang out after stream, I have a Discord. If you want to keep up with my bullshit and other updates, I have a Twitter and a Blue Sky. If you ever miss a stream, I have a VOD channel on YouTube. And if you want to get me something nice, I do have a throne. We will be raiding Virtual Kohai. Our raid message will be Dapper Dragon Raid. Alright, just close the emote menu, that's fine. So you can copy that raid message. You can use whatever emotes you want as long as you copy the raid message. That's all I care about. I will see you all tomorrow. You all have a pleasant evening and good night. Bye.